Live from News 9 WAOW. This is News 9 at 6.
A teen boy accused of brutally murdering a 10-year-old girl.
Because of serious charges, there are serious consequences.
From the courtroom to the latest from the district attorney, tonight we're bringing you live team coverage.
Plus, holding strong through tragedy.
People comforting each other.
How the Chippewa Falls community has joined together.
And an area village improves its drinking water. We'll tell you how.
News 9 WAOW. We've got you covered.
His intention was to rape and kill the victim from the get-go. When he left.
New details emerging from Chippewa County Court about the death of 10-year-old Lily Peters, the suspect, a 14-year-old boy. And tonight, that teen now facing multiple felony charges as an adult, including intentional homicide and sexual assault. Good evening, I'm Melissa Langbed.
And I'm Brad Hansen. Tonight we're bringing you live team coverage, breaking down what happened in court today and what the district attorney says he hopes to have happen.
First, let's get right to News 9's Catherine Halverson. She is joining us now live in the newsroom. Catherine.
Melissa, Brad, a judge has ordered a $1 million cash bond for the 14-year-old police say killed Lily Peters. That teen, only identified by his initials CPB, appeared in court for the first time today. While police haven't said his relationship to Lily, they do say he knew her. Today, prosecutors say the suspect allegedly left the home with Peters, leading her along a wooded trail before beating her with a stick, strangling her to death, and then sexually assaulting her. A circuit court judge saying besides the suspect being a threat to the community and the gruesome nature of the killing, another reason for the higher bond.
This is a serious charge, and because of serious charges, there are serious consequences, which gives a greater incentive for individuals not to want to return to court when they are facing those charges.
Prosecutors also saying the teen told law enforcement that his intention was to rape and kill Lily from the start. Officers executed a search warrant yesterday at a home on the 400 block of North Grove Street. That's the same block Lily's aunt lived, although police have not said if it was her home. Again, the teen faces several felony charges, including intentional homicide and sexual assault, but there's still much we don't know, as a judge has sealed court documents. Live in the newsroom, Catherine Halverson, News 9 WAOW.
Thank you, Catherine. And new tonight at 6, we're hearing from the Chippewa County District Attorney in charge of prosecuting that 14-year-old.
News 9's Sabrina Lee is live in studio with more on why this is in adult court and how that could change.
Brad, Melissa, one of the biggest questions right now is why hasn't the name of the suspect been released? The simple answer is because he's a juvenile. Right now, the 14-year-old boy charged in Lily's brutal death is charged in adult court. That automatically happens with a first-degree homicide charge for suspects 10 and older. It's still possible the case could be moved to juvenile court through a so-called reverse waiver. That decision is up to the judge. Regardless of whether the trial is held in criminal or juvenile court, the district attorney says he intends to bring justice.
I try and be the prosecutor I would want if something happened to my daughter. And so that's the way I look at things, and not try to get too emotionally impacted on it, but just be professional and do what is necessary to have justice done.
If the case moves to juvenile court, then the intent is rehabilitation with eventual release back into the community. But if the case stays in adult court and the 14-year-old is convicted, he could spend the rest of his life in prison. Live in studio, Sabrina Lee, News 9 WAOW.
Thank you, Sabrina. Now our team coverage picks up in Chippewa Falls.
News 9's Brittany Slaughter is on the ground there, and she has more on the support that is pouring in from around the state.
A young life taken way too soon. From ribbons to specialty drinks, communities near and far showing their support for Lily's family. Purple ribbons lining downtown Chippewa Falls, a tribute to 10-year-old Lily Peters.
The community is such a tight-knit community that we thought to include the community in something that is visible and people can see and feel a part of.
When news broke of Lily's murder, members of the community quickly jumping into action to show their support for her family.
It was probably around noon by then, and people showed up. We had the ribbons ready. They took out the bags. I believe they were up within 15 minutes.
Leaning on each other in this difficult time.
You know, when this tragedy happened, you know, it was immediately people comforting each other in the community, as well as the family and friends.
But it isn't just Chippewa Falls that's rallying around the Peters family. Businesses in our area are also doing what they can.
I suffer from loss myself, so it is super important for me to give back to that because I've had that given back to me.
Cozy Corner 325 and Edgar creating a drink in Lily's honor, composed of grape and pomegranate. Proceeds going to the family. So far, 15 drinks sold in the first day.
To me, it shows that the community is out there to support, and I've had a lot of feedback that they will be back to donate more towards the family.
The promotion will be going on through the month of May, and donations are also accepted. And if you'd like to show support for Lily's family, you can find resources on our website, WAOW.com. In Chippewa Falls, Brittany Slaughter, News 9 WAOW.
Cold start to the day, but boy, that sun was nice, wasn't it?
Oh, man, not a cloud in the sky today.
Yeah, beautiful day outside. It's one of those days that almost makes you upset that you had to be inside working that day because it just was so nice to get outside, and it felt a lot warmer, of course, with that sunshine after the gloomy pattern we've been sitting in. You can see here the blue skies are still out in Wausau. That's our Jefferson Street Inn and Events Center camera. Here's a view out in Stevens Point where we do see a cloud layer. That's in southern Wisconsin. It's going to hold there, but for the most part, we should remain clear for the areas that are clear right now. Current temperature in Stevens Point, 45 degrees with an east-southeast wind of 7 miles an hour. Feels like the low 40s. Now moving forward, become more breezy. We also have a chance of rain. So even though the temperature rises, it's not going to feel any more comfortable than what we saw today. Satellite and radar picture shows quite a bit of clearing in northern Wisconsin. Southern Wisconsin, a different story. Some cloud cover, some rain showers passing through. That's going to stay south of Stevens Point, though, for the rest of tonight, and actually south of much of the area. High temperatures were nice today in the mid to upper 40s, even hit 50 degrees here in the city of Wausau. As we go down tonight, we drop down to 26 degrees. The clear skies really let some of that chilly air in, and we are tracking some rain showers Thursday through the weekend. We'll let you know how much we're expecting and when coming up.
Thanks, Jackson. And new at 6, the village of Weston announcing a significant drop in PFAS levels in their water.
A second round of testing of wells 3 and 4 found a drop in levels of the forever chemicals. Now they're asking Weston Public Works to conduct a tiebreaker test to see if they can establish an average.
We had sampling done in 2014, 2015 that showed all of our wells were fine. I think Keith and I and Josh Swenson, our utility superintendent, were kind of surprised when the first set of samples came back with those 2 wells over.
Now, village officials hope results from the third round of testing could show if the elevated levels were an outlier. Those results should be back by next month.
Spring, of course, means rain, and the city of Wausau wants to help you collect it. Rain barrels are back on sale. From now until May 25th, Wausau Waterworks will be offering the barrels as part of their Water Savvy campaign. The barrels cost $50 for residents and $75 for non-residents. One city official says it's a good way to save money while helping out the environment.
Rather than, turning on your garden hose every time you want to water plants or something like that, you can just use the water collected in the rain barrels and use it anytime you want.
You can order those barrels online. The link can be found on our website. Pickup will take place in early June.
Well, dozens of central Wisconsin veterans gathered today to replace an iconic Rothschild landmark. Veterans carried a replacement 80-foot by 40-foot American flag out of Camping World to hang on the nearby 130-foot pole. It's the first time this flag has been replaced since 2018, this time because there were some tears in the current flag. An assistant manager there says it was an experience he'll never forget.
If you don't get goosebumps by something like this, you're just not an American. This is just one of the most amazing things I've had an opportunity to be involved in.
Camping World, formerly Gander Outdoors, keeps a replacement at the building. We will hear more from those involved in the flag replacement tonight at 10 o'clock.
A well-known sign in Langley County stolen. How you can help the owners get it back. That's still to come.
Plus, a Wisconsin senator introduces legislation to clean up wells in the Badger State, the areas she's targeting when News 9 at 6 returns.